Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high quality.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series Team Event number 2, brought to you by Curling Stadium Beaumont, and we are at the Beaumont Curling Club for opening round action in this event. My name's Jim Nix. I'll be joined here by Terry Corbin as my color commentator man beside us, and Jaiden Bishop handling production for us in the back area. So, welcome to tonight's coverage and to this weekend's coverage. And Terry, we're familiar with at least one guy on this sheet. Terry might not be here. He's getting his water. So Ryan Jacques is one of our production guys. He was working earlier this morning and had to take the rest of the day off to get ready for the curling game. So we've got Ryan Jacques versus Warren Kozak, a couple of Alberta teams. Ryan out of Edmonton and Warren out of Calgary.
And you're right. I'm talking with myself muted.
Oh yeah, I've done that. I did that for a whole end once. So I got accused of being asleep and everything. I said, I think he fell asleep. I was just like, that's fine. I'm just like, I'm not asleep. I'm right here, but nobody's hearing me. But anyway, you've got it figured out.
Yeah. So, yeah, we were giving Ryan the gears there earlier today. So just looking forward to a good game here.
Yeah, for sure. Nice to see most.
3 p.m.
Well,
that's kind of.
That was my watch. You don't know what's going to talk to you these days. It's just kind of crazy.
No kidding, eh?
Yeah, we've talked to Ryan a lot this year, but just talked to him. Never really actually seen him.
I think we're together tomorrow, maybe, and we have him again.
Oh, is that right? I didn't look that far ahead, so I'm not on till late tomorrow, so I don't know what's going on. But anyway, a little attempt at a corner guard there, went a little deep.
Yeah.
Ryan Jacques with hammer here in the first end was looking for the corner and slid into the house. Second stone for Kozak is Andre Fagnan. Again, apologies if I haven't got the pronunciation right, but guys are working this one pretty hard.
Oh, are they ever? Yeah.
They held on for a piece. Saved on the other one, so not a bad result. 12 teams in this event. There's also a concurrent women's side to this same bonspiel going on this weekend as well, with also 12 teams, both with pools of 4. So 3 pools of 4, and they get 6 qualifiers by the time we get to tomorrow night, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Short round robin, only 3 games, it looks like, and so you can't afford to give too many away too quick.
You're going to have to go hard on this to get the double, but just misses it.
Yeah, good attempt. Just had to hold it a little bit straighter. Kozak now will play to hit and roll to the side a little bit.
Those are groovy looking shirts on the sheet beside them.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got lots of color going on tonight. Guys, we're going to hold this. This could be a jam.
Yeah, this looks like it could jam.
Might get it out. Got to go hard to get it out, though. Oh, and the skipper, once again, proved that theory wrong. The skips sweep. Got to back up my fellow skips there on those ones. So we can go hard. We can only go hard for six feet or so, though. So not a bad sweep to get that one out. So
I saw today Jacobs was, I guess he's somewhere along the line. He said he was the best 6-foot sweeper, and he burnt the rock today behind, behind the tee line. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, I haven't watched much of that actually, that event yet. I've got a bunch of games on tape. I'll have to try to catch up. I just saw the Gushu McEwen game earlier tonight.
Yep.
That was a good game.
Yeah.
Jordan Tardy, second stone here for Ryan Jacques, is going to be a little heavy again.
Yeah, gotta slow down.
Yeah, they're having a little trouble getting that corner guard game going.
Yeah, you don't leave much room to go behind rocks when you throw them behind the tee line.
No. I tell you, it's not going to be because of the ice conditions. We've been here a number of times already this year, and the ice here is terrific. It's ice is made by Matt Yo, and owner-operator of Tim's Ice, and they do a lot of rinks in the area. And boy, the ice here has been. I remember the first couple of events of the season that I was involved with, and I was super impressed with how much curl there was and what the speed was like, and it was really nice.
Yes, speed was good, very good.
Yeah. So Ryan Jacques now will ask for a hit on one of the top of the 12-foot and just roll to the right as we look at it on the overhead, and maybe try to make the removal a little bit tougher. So.
Yeah, you'd like to definitely move the rock around here, and ideally it moves towards that red rock in the back of the 8-foot there.
So Ryan we're going to say Perrant is third stone for Ryan Jacques.
Lefty, eh?
Yeah.
No, he's a righty.
No, not lefty, no. Always gets a little here when you're in this position. You got hammer. You're trying to figure out earlier on. You're trying to get the two, and the corner guards are going in, and now you're looking at maybe having to take one at the end, which is not your preference for sure. So you got to work on getting that out.
Well, it'll be interesting here to see if they nose this, whether Ryan chooses to go around. I'm not looking at seeing this thing stick in the rings, but
whoa. Well, some exciting footwork there for front end for Team Kozak. Yeah. Tell you, couldn't even hear the music. We don't have any sound, so maybe there is music going on out there. We don't know. So Ryan Jacques now is going to decide, well, it's only 3 rocks to come in the end. It's time to think about the blank. Hasn't really developed anything as far as a deuce goes, so he'll just hit away here and hope to be able to blank the end and go on to the second end with the hammer.
Yeah.
Try to nose this one for starters, though.
Yeah. Pretty uneventful end.
Yeah, turned out that way. So Warren Kozak's skip for Team Kozak. Makes his way down to the hack. It's an interesting series they have here in Alberta for a lot of teams. You see some variations in teams in these events, but the major series in this series would seem to be both the same Alberta Curling Series events, but they have maybe just a slightly different level of team. Mm-hmm. So Kozak, try to hit and stay here. He'd love to have Ryan hit and stay on his last one, Ryan Jacques, but for now, see what happens. Just the picture's a little choppy there. There we go. Perfect. So a good start for Kozak.
And I'm sure Ryan would be content to pretty much hit and stay right there and keep the smaller portion of the rings to his rock, and it will make it easier for Kozak to roll out, and maybe he'd get a free blank.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or at least, at the very least, he'd have less fire to go on his roll to blank the end. So there's Ryan Jacques with his first one in the first end. You're not going to stay, but that's okay in the first end. It's not doesn't really change anything all that much. So
it just means your 100% game's out the window.
Well, yeah. Unless you probably need 2 bonus shots or something to get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only missed 1 shot, but I played 100%. That's not so bad. We'll give out those bonus points probably quicker than anybody, especially to one of the team there that we got to support that way. So Kozak now will just pick a spot that he likes to put this, thinks that maybe the other team hasn't played yet. Maybe I can entice him into either a miss or a nose hit and go from there. I don't know where he's going exactly, but he looks like he's probably going to throw the out turn to the other side, or maybe the in turn to this side. We'll see what he sets up. No, going to throw an in turn.
That's what he's, an in turn. Yeah. I guess that rock, I suppose, you could jam it back on that yellow one that's out of the rings.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah. So I might overcurl a little bit, but pretty good effort. Yeah, and that's still there for sure. Definitely a possibility. It's not taking very long to talk about it, so they must both know where they want to hit this. Generally, you'd play to hit this. You have your shooter hit it on the outside. I think that would still probably be the case, but it might come up on you if you're not a little bit careful.
He gets that elbow tucked right in and under.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, very deliberate, isn't it? Yeah. So the out-turn hit, Ryan Jacques' last shot in the first end, looking to blank.
Yeah, it looks pretty nosy to me. But he's good.
Yeah, he's fine, yeah. So very nicely done by Ryan Jacques in his last rock here in the first to secure the blank end, and we will move to end number 2 with no score.
What do you got? You got 1, you got 2, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
So we're back for round number 2. Just one rock been played so far. And we're just waiting for Looks like we're waiting for Ryan Jacques to show up down the other end to call a shot. He's much quicker when he was working on the production side. He's quick. Anyway, not too much happened that first end. It looked like, I see they're measuring the 6 foot. So they're measuring the bird to see if this is a biter, and Ryan's back and have a little look and see if it's in or out.
I'm going to say it's got to be in. I got a 50-50 chance, right?
I'm going to say out.
Not in.
Because the device slid all the way past the rock. Yeah, I can't do that if it's in. But either way, it must be pretty close. It looks pretty close on the overhead.
Yeah.
So Ryan's going to take another crack at the corner guard game here and try to get a corner guard up and get something to work with here in the second end. Now you get your lefty up.
I was just going to say, isn't that funny how you just said that as I was going to say it?
Oh, sorry. I stole one. Ethan Drysdale, the lead for Team Jacques. And they're not doing anything with this one either, so it looks pretty good, I think.
And, just, it looks weird where the blank ends go because, you see one and you look like, oh, red got one.
Yeah.
There's actually a line above and below the numbers there. I'm used to seeing the blank ends at the very end of the board.
Yeah. Yeah, they're quite different depending on where you are. We've still the old scoreboard, so we still are, doing it that way. These are more. Maybe this is the old style scoreboard too. They just don't let them score more than 10 points here. Okay, so got the corner guard up. And Kozak's going to try to beat him around that corner. A lot of people don't like the idea of going around corners when you don't have hammer. People, sort of that little saying, well, don't chase around corners. And, it does take that corner away sometimes, but it does occasionally cause you a little bit of additional havoc that you don't need. But that's not a bad shot.
I see more and more teams, even at the junior level, going behind that corner guard. I guess. I mean, I don't know what the theory is, but I guess beat him around.
Make him hard.
I do see a lot more teams doing that. I don't like it only because, I mean, if you've got anything up front, you put this where this is now. They're going around it, but by the looks of it. But if you don't make it really good, you can hit and roll, into the middle, which I suppose that might be part of. I might have just answered my own question, So if you chase it, you'll bring the play into the middle of the ice.
Sure, yeah. So Drysdale goes much deeper than they would have liked. They would have liked that would have been above the tee line for sure, but it might also be back far enough that it doesn't really cause you too much grief. And they're going to chase this. They're going to hit this, actually. No hammer, so I guess that's his theory is he doesn't have hammer, so he doesn't want to get into too much of rock placements and too many rocks around, so he's going to go after this one. But they're going to have to work pretty hard to get it by the high one. And I don't think he's getting
by that high one, are they?
No. So big miss, just maybe a little underweight, and actually move the red one over, so the corner guard will be much more accessible, much more usable for Team Jacques. Yeah, he made that shot a little bit tougher than it really was. To be honest, it was pretty much wide open, but he must have just gave it a little twist at the end, got it started, as we say, and
it did look like he got it started a bit.
So Jordan Tardy delivering this come around. This one's going to be back a little bit. Not quite as far. Yeah, not too bad.
I mean, it's pretty quick. I mean, I just got 14.65 on that. So,
No.
I mean, it's running pretty good here.
Yeah. Yeah, that is good. Nice speed. Anything over 14 and up is good. I think it's, you can play at 23 and a half and stuff. Years ago, you used to play at 22, but that's a long time ago. And
Oh, keep going, keep going.
yeah.
21 was quick in my day
Oh, go
growing
ahead.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good shot.
Yeah.
So Tardy with his second one here in the second. All right, looking for the hit and roll.
Yeah, nose hit jam. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think you'd be quite content with even a half a rock. You could definitely get it under.
Yeah.
This is hanging, so they're going to go the other way, I'm imagining.
He's probably going to get a piece of the back one, I imagine.
Yeah, a little audible.
Did go out. Tell you what, that's a really cool logo, and the yellow rocks show up quite nicely, but the red rocks get a little lost in it. Just
I know.
I'm sure they don't when you're playing, but when you're looking at them on the overhead for 6 or 8 hands or whatever we go here, it's it's hard to find them sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Braden
That's funny.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Ken.
Yeah, no, go ahead, bud.
I was just saying, Braden Derechuk delivering the hit here, looking for the roll, and they won't get the roll either.
Yeah, as a skip, when you're timing rocks, I mean, and we all time it different. Some, backline to hog. I like tee to hog, but with all these, different colors in the rings now and the logos, it makes it really hard to sometimes see when that rock hits the tee line.
Yeah.
And I was saying the other day, why can't we just go back to the way, the typical red, white, and blue?
Oh man, it's so boring now. I find when
I
you
know.
go to a club now that has that, it's just like, whoa, what's going on here? This one's got to hang on a little bit, and as he can't see it underneath, it's a really nice shot.
Yeah.
By Ryan Perrant, dandy. They weren't in real trouble, but they were looking at a lot of red rocks before that one, and not really with any indication they might be able to pull out their deuce. But now they got a chance.
Are you surprised at all here that they're playing this versus like a really quiet shot with that intern?
Yeah, I think this is you're making this way harder than it needs to be. I think it's the intern around there with just a little tap or a little bit of hack weight or something like that would be just as easy, and you'd end up with an extra rock on the circles, and I don't know, it's just as difficult. He may make it perfect now that I say that, but at the same time, I think it's a much harder shot than it needs to be.
Well, the shot he's on the guard, but I mean, the shot you and I were talking about, this is really bad because he's going to push that in. Oh, he didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you were never going to have both as counters, and the other way you could have definitely, had it as a counter.
Well, and the other thing too is, I mean, you haven't been out there at all. It's so early. Ice is going to be a little stiffer out there, and you haven't seen what it does. And the other side, you have a little bit better idea what's going on. But anyway, to each his own on that. That's where he wanted to play. And if it had worked, we would have just had to say, "Well done."
Yeah, we'll move on. On to the next one.
So Jacques is going to play the. What are we going to play? Play the out turn come around, I guess, on this one. If this was the last rock at the end, he might be playing the split on the yellow. I think he's playing the come around.
Well, I think he is. I think that's what he topped, but I would have to think they're playing the straight hit or bump back.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
Just based on the ice that he gave.
Yeah.
This has got a lot of weight by the looks of it.
Yeah. No, it's okay though. Looked heavier than that.
It did. And
Yeah.
the other good news on that shot is by angling it the way they did. I mean, now we're playing on one half of the sheet right now because
Yeah.
that actually acts as a bit of a corner guard. And now Kozak's going to try and roll underneath his red stone there.
Yeah. It's it turned into a good shot that from Ryan there. So now we got an intern hit for Kozak. Again, we're out a little bit further, a little bit new ice out here, perhaps. You better just make sure you don't soften this one up too much. It's on its way. Looks like the line's pretty good. Trying to make it curl a little bit.
Gonna get a little bit of a roll.
Yeah, pretty nice effort.
Yeah.
It might be still able to get to it, but it certainly looks like it's probably about edge on edge, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah. You were referencing that Gushu game earlier tonight at the Grand Slam, and man, oh man, there were some rocks that just squeaked by guards. In that game, holy.
Yeah, it was interesting for sure. So Ryan Jacques now with a chance to hit in set 2. Hasn't got a ton of room by that red one, the red in the 12-foot, but has enough.
Yeah, these are those shots that, I mean, sometimes when you're not throwing it well, those really negative optics kind of rear their ugly head, and you go, if I just chip the one on the 12-foot, I could leave them lying too, and I got to make sure I get out to the broom here, and instead of just throwing the rock,
Yeah. So Ryan doesn't have a lot of weight on this one. This one's got to curl a lot.
Yeah, this has got nothing.
No. I got to believe he set that one out pretty good.
Yeah.
He certainly looked on the slide coming out. It looked like he was well over there, but
yeah,
won't be happy with that one.
No, for sure. It's just one of those that you don't expect. Here's where, I have a lot of chats with the junior squads. Again, I don't like this call, but
these guys love this shot. I don't know why.
But they talk about guarding something, and I'm going, what's wrong with being really aggressive here? Like, going around that. Try and force them into playing that raised, double takeout. Like,
yeah, no, I agree with you. It's this is an odd call. You'll set 3 if you make it, but it's not easy to set 3, and you can put a whole lot more pressure on by coming around that red one at the top of the U there and manufacture.
Yeah.
And either way, whichever way you like to go, you can go. I'd probably prefer to go on the intern around it, but. Yeah, if I didn't know the ice, I'd have no objection to going the other way either. So
yeah,
either one of those would just add a lot more heat to Ryan Jacques' last shot. It's not really going to change too much other than just add another rock and play. Oh, looks like he's got lots of weight.
I was going to say this one's not down weight.
No. He might get a piece of it.
He did.
Not quite going to stay, but almost stayed.
Yeah, he certainly didn't hesitate,
Yeah.
It was just, we're throwing this one.
Well, you know what? For him, the good thing is there's no way he can give up 2 now, and
that's right.
He's he's doing what he wanted to do at the start of this end, forcing Ryan Jacques into taking 1, and Ryan just had the same shot and didn't really get close on it. So, I'm sure that enters his head a little bit. As much as you try not to let that happen, you just sort of sometimes it does, and especially for people that aren't necessarily wily veterans yet.
Yeah. No, and I might be tempted to throw the draw here, especially now that they get practice rocks. Like
Yeah.
I really would definitely think about throwing the draw. This is a better. That looked like a little better slide. This is
Yeah.
this is just looks like about a hawkish to board weight shot.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good looking slide. And it looks like he's probably going to be fine here.
Yep.
And very nice shot by Ryan Jacques. So Kozak does his job, forces Jacques to get one, and he makes a nice last shot to score one. And Ryan Jacques leads Warren Kozak 1-0 after 2 ends of play here at the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series, team event number 2 at the Beaumont Curling Club.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
So at number 3 here at the Beaumont Curling Club, Jim next with Terry Corbin bringing you this early round action in the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series event, brought to you by Curling Stadium Beaumont. Reminder that we will have all of these games on our YouTube site. You can find them all, and you can probably find all the women's games as well on the site. Some commentated, some not, but if you have a friend or somebody you want to see play, then check it out. So Jacques with an early 1-0 lead. Nice last shot to get a scores point there, Terry.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking both on air and off that the first throw was it didn't look like a very good slide, but the second one, real nice control of weight and looks like a way better slide.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The result he wanted.
Yeah. Ryan did win an event earlier this year. He won the McKee Holmes Fall Curling Classic at the Airdrie Curling Club back in the earlier part of this season. Of course, you keep feeling like this is like late. It's not really that late for most of us, but so he did have that. Other than that, he hasn't had too much success, but hasn't played a lot either. So
yeah,
Kozak, I don't have him down. Just have him down really as play. He finished third in the McKee's Home, the same one that Ryan won.
Yeah.
He finished third in that event. And he didn't qualify in the Vesta Energy last week. But that's about all. So neither one of these teams are playing a whole heck of a lot yet. They might play more as the years go on. But for now, they're just picking and choosing, I suppose, just till they get some experience. And plus, it's a lot cheaper if you can stay somewhere near home.
Yeah, for sure. And just the way curling has been going, I mean, it really, I think, if curling's going to survive, I think they're going to have a a lot of these spiels that will attract, the not the elite curler, but
Yeah.
guys that really like competition and
Yeah.
and want to play
Yeah.
in competitions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like you need, we sort of have a tier 2 now when you talk about the slams
Yeah,
with the tier 2 event, and you almost need to have a series of 2 or 3 tiers to make it viable for most people, because most of us, it was hard enough to go to events in our prime and not just donate money. And as
that's right. Yes.
it gets even harder now because the top end teams are so good that you're just throwing it away. So it's fine to say you need experience by playing those teams, but you can
Yeah.
only do so much of that.
Well,
So,
I mean, and that's exactly it. I mean, I was talking to a gentleman there the other day, well, on the weekend, and I just said, "So how's your curling go?" I know they play, quite a few events, and he said, "We've qualified in everything we've entered, so we're breaking even."
mhm. Yeah, and that's good. That's good to do that. So nice shot there by Jordan Tardy. The nice out turn come
Hmm.
around freeze on the red. Quite a few rocks in play for this early. And clean a couple up, although he looks like he's going to jam on the red. Seen a couple of those already in this game.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, it's interesting too because I get a lot of this comment, how come, on when I'm watching the Grand Slam, they don't throw it the way you're teaching it, and then you watch, some of this and you see those like just different deliveries, hand positions and releases and I guess at the end of the day, whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Some people, I mean, I'm one of them that I have a hard time getting a lot of rotation on my out turn unless I really overemphasize it, and
Yeah.
on a lot of these ices, like if you don't have positive rotation, like they just take right off.
Yeah. 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 It's a different game, a different way of teaching and everything now. It's still hard not to sort of teach your traditional sort of delivery and
Yeah,
approach, because that would still seems like the best way to do it if you're learning to do something. And
but you
otherwise,
look at this handle on the intern, like
yeah.
sometimes he gets the neck of the stone there already, going east west before it needs to, and
Yeah.
look at this.
It's not going to work out so good.
Nope. But yeah, I mean, I, yeah, like I say, you watch the Grand Slam of curling, and a lot of these professional curlers, they're starting, with the handle north south.
Yeah.
It's not 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. It's 12 and 6.
Yeah. For sure.
But it's also a different ice surface too, and
Yeah. So Ryan Perront now looking to throw his first of the second end here, or third end here rather, and looks like he'd be playing a center guard here. There's a lot of yellows around.
yeah.
Andre Gagne then rather just finished his 2 shots for Team Kozak. Neither one of them went well, so he's
Yeah.
going to be his favorite end of the game for sure. But this looks not bad.
Yeah.
Nice shot. There are at times almost too many rocks around, aren't there? There's just kind of where it's like you can guard one of them, but then you see, well, he could make this, he could make this. It's like, well, you just pick one and go with it and see what happens. So going to try to get more than one here if he can.
Yeah.
Going to field this guard towards at least one of the yellow stones. Oh, and he got almost all of them. What a shot! And
What a
guard
good
on the one in the house.
What a good shot.
Bonus points. Look, see the replay here. Jaiden's got it right up for us, and what good timing, because this looks just a terrific shot. See, he drives the top one back into that yellow and gone, and I love where the shooter rolled, Terry.
Yeah. Yeah, real good shot and good outcome.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, well, I guess the corner does. Yeah, you still got to be able to use the corner. I don't know if he'll
Yeah.
get to using it, but anyway, all of a sudden it looks a lot different. At least for Kozak, he doesn't look like he's in quite so much trouble. Ryan Jake's
Yeah.
coming around this guard. And he won't quite get around.
Yeah, there are a
No
few
chance.
bananas left the ice surface on that last shot of Kozak.
Yeah. And an opportunity here now to make this double and sit right behind that guard and be in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you might not get the other yellow out, but you can certainly
That's right. Yeah.
push it over and stay behind that corner.
But you'll notice too this delivery, like the rock is more off the shoulder than it is under the nose.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's got sort of a tuck delivery, but it's not quite the same tuck delivery we see most often. But
yeah,
this one is
this looks okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, very nice shot. He didn't have as much room to work with as I thought he had there.
Yeah.
He couldn't have got by too much less. So Ryan Jacques now has to try to figure out can he get to that one? And I'll tell you, he might be able to, but it's going to be tight based on what we just saw from the last shot.
Yeah, this is definitely like a weight controlled shot here. But I mean, he's gonna have to have a little bit of touch because I'm with you. I think you're looking at maximum board weight here.
Yeah. So Ryan, as most people do, has a very deliberate pre-shot routine.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like that. I preach it in any coaching I do. A little warm, they say.
Got to get it over. Can't see Mr. Fagnan in the way there. There we go.
Got a piece of it.
Good switch there. Yeah, good shot. That's about all he could do with that shot. Really, he probably had a little more weight than he was thinking, but he got rid of it, which was plan A.
Yeah, that was the goal.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little tough to get that and stay.
Now, I think if you're Kozak, you think about going around one of the red ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, going around the one he's looking at. He could potentially leave it open on both sides because he'll always have that raise. But I mean, I think I would definitely like to see him go around that one. Yes.
Yeah.
But they're going to play the hit by the looks of it.
I know he was looking at it first. It seems like he's. If I had to put a label on him, I'd say Warren's probably a hit first, draw second kind of guy.
Yeah. I would say the
lots
same.
Of people are that way. It's just it's hard to be to win a lot playing that way all the time, but definitely seems to be his preference because he can't really even get better than just maybe a nose hit at best on this, and so he's got an opportunity to go after his two. He just doesn't want to do it with that one rock and play. So it's going to be a tough game if you're not willing to go on one like this one, I think. But regardless, if he makes a real good shot here, who knows? Might end up forcing Ryan Jacques to hit a guard or something like that. But just not a real big fan of this one. Nice delivery too. Nice smooth. Pretty good release.
Yeah, I mean, he's made a good shot. It's
he did make a good shot.
Yeah.
He threw a lot less weight than I thought he might end up throwing because of the guard is going to get it out. I guess he will. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, very nice throw. Just, again, when you have hammers, sometimes you're going to You got to take the odd chance here and there sometimes, and seems like that would have been a good time to do so, but he really didn't want to be forced to maybe having to make a last shot draw, and maybe he can get away with that now.
Well, as we were talking earlier today, I mean, when you play that mixed doubles, like that shot usually isn't even in the bag. Like,
yeah. No, true enough. So Ryan Jacques now try to remove that red, and ideally for Ryan, he'd hit and flop behind the red guard.
Yes, because Kozak did hit the stone and did roll a little bit to the outside.
Yeah, he has a little bit of room to work with. This is close, but it looks like a nose hit. Yeah. So a good throw, but at the end of the day, Kozak has a fairly easy blank here. He just has to hit that rock anywhere other than on the inside half, and he'll manage to get his blank. So even a nose hit gets a blank here. Which will give him the hammer in the fourth end, which is never bad.
Yeah, I'm just interested to see his choice of weight here. Do you throw normal? Does he throw peel? Just interested in seeing the choice of weight.
Looks pretty solid.
Yeah, definitely solid.
Yeah, well done. Good throw by Warren Kozak, and he will retain hammer as we go to the fourth end after blanking the third, and Ryan Jacques will retain a 1-0 lead as we go to the break.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Join us this March for the House of Hearts Charity Bonspiel in Duluth, Minnesota. Help raise funds for Project Joy, who provides meals for hungry kids in our community. Every donation helps to ensure no child goes hungry. Join us and make a difference. Together, we can spread joy.
So back for number 4. And as Terry mentioned earlier, don't be confused when you look at the scoreboard and see what looks like it could be a 2-1 or a 3-2 or something score. The score is just 1-0 with a 1 spot in the second end by Ryan Jacques, and he leads 1-0 here in the fourth end.
And Kozak got the hammer for end number 4.
He does, and Ryan Jacques has a guard up.
Yeah, and coming around.
So he'll hit it to 4-foot main open. Ryan will probably he's going to play a draw to this, actually. Good aggressive call. Lefty Ethan Drysdale will throw his out turn.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really call as you know, Terry, we don't call them out turns and in turns a lot when we teach anymore. We talk about clockwise and counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise,
That just sounds ridiculous when you're broadcasting it to me, so I just can't do that. So everybody's just going to have to bear with me on that one. So it's going to be an in-turn and out-turn for me. I will adjust for the left and right-handers, but
That's right.
yeah. That's a pretty good effort. Just a smidge heavy. Kind of the same shot for Kozak now. Playing the freeze or quarter freeze, I guess, on the yellow. Lead Clinton Percy. I don't have a watch, but he didn't look like he threw that very hard. It's going to be short. Right. Yeah.
But he's got the Movember going, so.
Yeah. 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 Not a good shot for them, though, because now you got these staggered guards are out there, and if Ryan Jacques can get one in behind somewhere, that might be a little bit more of a challenge to get at it, and can't use those guards really, so.
Yeah.
So Jordan Tardy in the out turn. Lots of room so far, anyway. Coming in pretty nice. Jordan's had good weight tonight.
Yeah.
That's very nicely done.
Real good, yeah.
Beauty. Could not do any better than that. So we'll see if Kozak decides to get rid of the guards, and he will. Probably a good idea. I think Terry just doesn't really have a lot working for him down and below there. So.
Yeah, and the scoring area has kind of been cut off as well.
So Andre Fagnan. Looks like he's going to be okay. He needs to get a little more curly, get rid of the yellow one. Yeah. Well done. Nicely done.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to give our viewers a score update across the rink here, but there's nothing being posted, so I can't even help our listeners and viewers with updates.
No. They'll have to
call the arena.
Old school, yeah.
That's right. That's what we used to have to do. Can you tell me who's winning on Sheep 3?
When they first started posting curling scores and all, we'll get this shot in first. Tyler's playing another out turn. And the throw, I don't know, just a tight guard, I would think, and that's about where it is. Good throw. Good playing. Yeah, when they first started doing curling scores all over the place, and down in our way at least, there was somebody doing called curlingscores.com or something, and it was really good and everything else, but people got so used to it, man. If you were running a bonspiel and you took 5 extra minutes to post the end, it was just like the phone
I know.
And they'd be like, how come you're not updating the scores? It's like, well, because it was like 3 minutes ago when he finished through the last rock. Like, it takes a couple of minutes for us to do this. So anyway.
Yeah, we got 5 or 6 sheets going here.
That's right. One good thing with curling scores, most of the time, everything's going to be right up to date. Curling zone, rather, now, not curling scores anymore. Sorry, Jerry. It's pretty impressive, the number of events that get covered on the site and pretty up to date. You can only be as up to date as the information you're given sometimes. So that's the other part of it. So Ryan Parent now, Parent. Let's go in the out turn. He gets really low.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for another guard. Jake's in pretty good position here this end.
Yeah, this is good weight. real good.
I don't think you can afford to take another run at that guard. I think you got to come in, just bump that back a little bit so you can get it moving on the next shot.
Yeah, I
What do you
mean,
think?
well, I mean, I'm with you now. I mean, I think a lot of people will on the first Vice Rocks, they will still,
Yeah.
be peeling. But yeah, I mean, when you think about Kozak having hammer now, this is the second end in a row that he's had hammer, and he really just has not tried to generate, misses or anything like that. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
see this as being a bad shot. It's,
Yeah.
I just think that if you're gonna, if you want to take advantage of your hammer, I mean, like you said, sometimes you got to go.
Yeah.
Make the other guy's shot more difficult.
Yeah. Well, and in this case too, that it's going to take 2 shots probably for you to get to move that stuff on the button. I mean, you can draw the hole right now, the pinhole, but that's not easy. So it's it's going to take you 2 shots to get shot by playing on the yellow one, and you only have 3 left, and or you only have 2 left now. No, you don't. You still have 3 left.
So you have 3.
Yeah.
They have 2.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be tough to do. So anyway, Ryan's coming right in on this, right on top of the other one. As long as you line that up, that's a good shot. He actually bumped it a little tiny bit, but not very much.
Yeah, that metal rock is likely going to remain intact, even though it is moved a bit.
Well,
so
just
this is where
watching that one come in, Terry, you can tell there's loads of curl there for for Kozak to come around too and bump those around a little bit, get a shooter there on top of the 4-foot, so he has something to work with, because he's going to find himself with nothing to work with here in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with just trying to play jiggle here.
Yeah.
And, if you're going to be forced to one, which it looks like there's definitely a force on. Or a steal on, I think you've got to take your move needs to be somewhat offensive.
Yeah.
Some people I guess would argue you run that red straight back on the the nose to get rid of both of them, and you're behind. You're there behind cover. Yeah, you guess you are, but that red one,
Well, and it's a 12-foot run back that you've got to get right perfect to make it right too. So I agree with you. If you're the kind of player and team that can make those shots regularly, then I think that might change how you approach this. But there's not a lot of teams can make 12-foot playing in anything other than the slam level events and other events that can make these shots consistently. So I don't think it's going to get any easier if you don't make it. But anyway, there is an opportunity to play it and make it and end up with kind of the same result probably that you would have had it by playing the draw, but
yeah, they look like they're coming in.
Coming around, yeah. Gonna make it curl. As long as he's not heavy, he's pretty good. If he's
heavy, but
yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It was close. If he had to just need a little bit less weight, and he would have been good.
Yeah, that was probably every bit of hack weight.
Yeah. He does have a little more room to work with for his last one than he had a few shots ago, though. And a few shots ago, he had to hit, half the button to score. Now he just has to hit any part of the button to score. Not that that's always easy, but it's much more possible than what he had a few minutes ago.
Yeah, and I think this now Ryan needs to be careful here. I mean, if he's coming in, they need to talk about rock placement, because you get that on the center line, and it's amazing how quick yellow rocks can disappear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you did right. Yeah, you put it on the center line, and there's a possibility of a triple there if you're right on the Lobo's head there. There could be a triple there and sit 3 even, right? And I know it's not often somebody makes it, but the one time they make it is not going to be fun. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure exactly where Ryan wants this. Does he want to cross that center line a little bit?
I think you have to.
I think so too. Yeah.
Half and half. I think as long as you're touching the center line, and half buried, that'll be fine. But wide open may not be a good shot.
Yeah.
It looks like he's played it short, so
yeah,
won't matter.
No, it doesn't really affect a lot, though. It's I think that the problem with that shot was really that if you go in, if you do any more than split the center line, he opens up the choice of a double or triple, and if you go any further than that, then it doesn't really change anything on the shot. You didn't really guard anything, so I think there's nothing wrong with the shot he played. I just think he had to have more ice, and as long as you're leaving it out there somewhere around that red rock or a little closer than that, you would have been fine. But
well, I mean, the good news now is, given that Team Kozak moved that yellow one off the pin there.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly, Jake's had to, ensure that he either came around that short red one, half and half, or he guarded it the way he did, because that run back straight on nose hit probably leaves him 2 behind cover.
Yeah.
Because he makes the double.
Yeah.
This just doesn't seem like a lot of ice to me, but.
No, I guess the only thing, Terry, the guards are pretty long, but at the same time, you're not trying to get to the nose of that yellow. And the nose of that yellow doesn't really do you any good.
That's right.
Because you're still going to be sitting 2 when you're done. You want to at least be on the inside of it, maybe sit number 2 or at least, and also have it be accessible if Ryan Jacques were to miss the guard, that you'd have a chance to use it. So, anyway, he's in some trouble. No matter how you shake it out, there, Kozak's
right
here for sure.
Better make this one.
Sweeper's indicating a lot of weight. At least up. I don't know if he's that heavy, but
I didn't think he was that heavy, but
yeah.
Out of his hand. But this has got some heat on it.
Yeah, and it's not going to get over with that weight. No. So now he's going to be in real trouble.
Yes.
Threw it really good. I like the way that Warren throws the stone. Just not good enough. And that's the problem when you're prone to hitting, is that when you have to throw those draws and the ice is 14 and a half, 15 seconds, sometimes it's not that easy to find.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where Ryan Jacques is going to put this one. They're still talking about it down here. I think I'd be tempted to come around the whole thing, sit right on top of the yellow now, but sit 3. But that might not be the wisest move. What are you thinking, Terry?
I'm going right where the broom is.
Yeah.
I'm going to try anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, my thinking is I got you right by the neck here, and I need to squeeze. Like, I don't need to take my hand off.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to be careful. We're going to have like one of those in the movies. We'll have a violence rating on our show. We have a little V up in the corner somewhere. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So Ryan's going to throw a guard, kind of like a halfway guard, and maybe a few feet off the center line. Not always the easiest shot to throw either, but nothing wrong with this call. Just I think you could have put a little more heat by going in, but he also would have gave Kozak a little more direct line to the button, and even though he was looking at 3, if he hadn't played that shot, at least he had a way to get in. Now he is possible to take away most of Kozak's option there.
Well, it's funny because you sit back and I mean, I don't know how many guards I played this past weekend, but after it was all said and done, I'm going like, why didn't I guard it with the other turn? Because
Yeah.
some of them over curled.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just you think back and you go like, probably would have been easier because all I'm trying to do is get in the way of the path of his rocks.
Yeah. I know it's hard to do though. I bet you I've done that 5 times in my life. And that's
Yeah.
all. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I bet you 5,000 times I thought like, holy cow! I don't know how I could have taken more ice.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right. It's funny how you just I don't know what it is about that. It kind of just you get locked in on that one side. It feels like you should.
Yeah.
And you do so. Sometimes with the
Then-
higher bars like this, it's a little tougher to go the other way because you can't.
Yeah.
You can't get to where you want to go. But that's not what we're talking about. So we have an out-turn draw to the button for Kozak here to score. Can't see the furthest up guard, but
yeah, you look where they are now.
that's
like
perfect.
that's interestingly enough, he does not kind of pull the rock back. He just kind of comes out at the
Yeah. So you can see with Ryan Jake's guard up there, it probably is on the border of not doing anything either because if you were going to hit that rock, you're probably never getting to where you need to get. That's the problem with that shot. Sometimes it's just hard to get it out far enough. So guys are working really hard on this. I'll tell you,
they got it by. It's just where's it going to end?
I think it's close. Just don't oversweep it. That is a great shot. Terrific shot by Warren Kozak after not throwing hardly any draws. Makes you wonder why he doesn't throw any draws. He just puts that one right on the button. See the replay here. The guys had to go hard for a little while.
Yeah.
Great sweeping. Wonderful judgment. Even here, they came right off it, and it's hard to do that sometimes. Well done.
That's just I mean, fantastic. But I mean, to be a little bit critical, I mean, Ryan's guard just was. It wasn't
Didn't
a guard.
guard anything. No, that's the problem. Yeah. So anyway, we have a new ball game here. We are tied at 1 after 4 ends of play in this match between Warren Kozak and Ryan Jacques, and we'll be back to the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series team event here at the Beaumont Curling Club in just a minute.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
So we're back for end number 5. Halfway through this match. It's turning into a good one. Looked like Ryan Jacques might just manage to get himself a 2 or 3 point lead after the last end, but Warren Kozak put his last draw right on the button against 2 that were almost on the button for the Jake squad. So great shot, and we now have a 1-1 tie.
Yeah, fantastic touch on that last one of Kozak's.
So the center guard went up, and Ryan tried to go around it. part of the way around. And now Kozak will try to remove the yellow one at the top of the 12-foot. Just call for board weight, and it looks like that's what he's got. Nicely done. Clinton Percy, the lead for Warren Kozak. Good end. Got the guard up, made the nice little hit. Ethan Drysdale now. He has to hit this one as well. Same rock. Same spot, rather.
Throwing the clockwise rotation just for you, Jimmy.
Yeah. 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 Guys are working hard to get it over there.
Yeah.
Not good enough, I think, to get it out, but might not hang around. You won't stay.
Yeah,
So a chance for Kozak to use the center, yeah. That's that left-hander out turn there. The left-hander clockwise rotation doesn't seem to sometimes come up as nice as the other side. So Andre Fagnan.
There's something that you don't see that often either, is a guy throwing with gloves on.
Yeah, I hadn't even noticed that, actually. You're right. You rarely see that anymore.
Yeah.
The old days you see it a lot. My dad threw his
yeah.
whole life. He never ever did, even when he was 70 years old. Never took the curling glove off, and I think it was the curling glove he had from when he used to play like juniors or something. It was in bad shape, but he always wore it. Very nice shot there by Andre. It's just a real beauty right behind the guard. Probably, perfect world, he's probably 2 feet deeper, but that's a really good shot.
Yeah.
Completely buried. Ryan Jacques will ask Jordan Tardy to peel that one. See how Jordan gets along with that. He got along great with all the draws so far. He's been bang on. Nice straight slide. Going after the run back, it looks like.
Close, but no cigar.
Nice spot, though. Roll to the corner. Hung around. Something he can use later.
Yeah, I remember in the junior days. Yeah, I don't recall anyway anybody really taking their gloves off. But now I just can't imagine throwing with a glove on.
No. So Fagnan now with his second rock here in this end. We misled. I got our little hammer pictures in the wrong spot there, but Ryan Jacques does have hammer in this end.
Yes.
Jordan Tardy now. Is he going to play the peel again? And he will.
But,
I thought he might not because it's a long...
I was with you. Yeah, it's a high guard.
Yeah. He's changed that. He's not playing the peel anyways. I thought he was, but...
This has got some curling to do, does it?
Yeah, I think he's okay, though. I think he's going to get...
Yeah, real good.
Yeah, almost to the nose. Well swept, well managed that shot. And a very nice throw for Jordan Tardy. Nice touch Jordan has. Third stone Braden Darachuk. It looks like he's going to be right on the nose as well. Good throw. A little bit heavy probably for that shot just to get the roll, but he's just indicating the same thing. Indicating or asking, was it up? So
yeah.
Just a little bit up. Ryan Perront. Getting down there.
Yeah.
Looking for the inside roll. He might get it.
Yeah, he's
close.
going to get a roll.
Nicely done. Almost went too far, but I think he's pretty good.
It's accessible from with the out turn there, but again, it'll have to be, a kind of a very controlled weight here, probably board.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a fair bit of ice, so he's definitely not wanting a lot of weight. This is a little bit straighter this week than I saw early in the year, but that's probably normal.
It's down. Sweepers are trying to tell him that it's down weight.
Well, he had a buy.
Yeah.
Man, it could have went a little quicker.
Yeah, there was no urgency there.
Yeah,
It didn't seem.
definitely down. As you can see, it's not going to get it out, which is actually a problem because with Ryan Jacques having a hammer here, now he has a chance to sit 2. So he definitely needs a little more weight than that. Anybody's counting little dots down there, should be one more yellow dot, just so you're aware. For another, at least for 10 more seconds. There we go. Perfect. Wish I could make things happen that fast in real life. Ryan Franck now will play this. He'll play this with sort of similar weight to what Braden just threw for Team Kozak, but a little bit more. He has to remove that one for sure, and needs a hair more than back line for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure he wouldn't even mind trying to roll towards the outside there and
sure
utilize that corner guard, but
Man,
go hard. Oh, real good shot.
That is a really great shot, and well called by Ryan Jacques as well. I thought he was playing it a little tight to the guard for my liking, but just because I was thinking of the same thing you had just said, trying to roll to the outside, and I thought, geez, he's going to end up hitting that a little too much of that, but very nicely done. Sitting 2 in quite good shape, and Warren Kozak is going to hit the back one. This is really a tough spot, though, Terry, isn't it, for him? Because
it really is, because it's such a high guard, and you know that you can't hide it because it's accessible with both turns. So it's kind of a dilemma.
It is, and the worst part is that the one so far at the back is so far back that if it rolls at all, it's not even going to be number 2, and that opens up a chance for Ryan Jacques to maybe go around the corner or come around the guard and really be looking at a 3. He's trying to prevent a 3 here, but at the same time, he might not be preventing it if he doesn't stay right on the nose with this one.
Yeah, this has got some curling to do to get it on the nose, but
getting over there,
really sweeping it hard. Oh, he's got it. Great.
Yeah, now another interesting call, because do you go after this? I think you have to.
You have to, I think.
Yeah.
It feels like such a conservative play, but again, if that guard was a little bit tighter, it certainly would be a little more enticing to maybe go around.
Well, I would agree with that 100%. I think that there's no question that if the guard was, like you say, halfway from where it is to the house, it would have been 2 or 3. The last few shots, it might have changed a little bit. So
yeah.
But the good news, if you're Ryan Jacques, is that it's going to be hard for him to ever put a rock where you're not going to be able to get it. So you play this, and then you're almost going to be guaranteed a really good shot at 2. So
yeah.
Which 2 is pretty big right now.
Yeah, and he looks pretty good right here.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And I mean, I think, like when you're Kozak and you're throwing your first one, you kind of in your own head go like, I'm giving up 2 here.
Yeah, yeah.
And the only way I'm not is if I get lucky and he rolls out.
Yeah. So in other words, there's no need to get too fancy with this one. You don't have to try so hard to get a roll that you ever curl by or some foolishness like that, right? Because really, no matter what you do in the shot, he's going to have a better than average chance of scoring his deuce. So just make sure you hit it first, and make sure you stay second, just to make sure he has to do something, and then that'll be fine. But don't get too fancy with this one. It's on its way. Looks pretty good. Guys are going to have to work it a little bit, I think.
It looks like he's
That's a good throw.
close to the nose.
Skippers are playing pretty well here the last year.
Yeah.
Really has been some really nice shots, nice playing by both teams in the last couple of ends for sure too.
Yeah, now if you're, Ryan Jacques, I mean, you got to make this and get your 2. I mean, you were probably thinking you were going to get 1 or 2 in the last end on a steal, and Skipper against you makes a great draw for his 1, which is why he had last rock anyway, and now you've got the hammer back, and you have an opportunity to score your deuce.
Exactly. Ryan's been throwing pretty nice weight on these takeouts of late, just sort of a nice control type of weight, somewhere around board, or maybe a little bit more than board, but not much.
A little push.
He did give that a little shove, which is, well, they're going on it hard though.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't expecting that to curl, but will he hang around? He may not.
They're going to have to go right to the face hard. Is it going to hang on? I don't think so. No.
Not.
Here.
So bad break for Ryan Jacques after playing a good and a definite look like a 2-pointer, but he will pick up only 1 point. He'll take a 2-1 lead here after 5 ends of play at the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series Event 2, brought to you by Curling Stadium Beaumont, and we'll be back after the break.
Gripper first.
Don't forget your brooms.
Yep, you got it. Yellow.
Come on. Okay, well, what do you got? You got 1, you got 2, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
So 3 ends to go here, Terry. It's a pretty tight one for sure.
Yeah, big opportunity missed there by Ryan Jacques' team, and I mean, the good news is he's got a 2-1 lead, and I guess if you want to look at it in a negative way, I mean, it probably should have been 3-1. So if you're Kozak, you got to feel like you dodged a bullet, and if you're Jacques, you got to feel like you left one on the table.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? You have now the team with 2-1 feeling not so positive, maybe, and the team losing 2-1 feeling much more positive. It's coming. Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, it was just certainly a little bit of a miss for Ryan Jacques, and he'll just have to kind of park that one and get at it here. big end here, sixth end, always a big end to score the sixth, and no different here where you're Kozak, you want to score, so you're going to have the hammer in the even ends and probably have hammer coming home, and Jacques would like to steal one here to get that point back he just left out there, but
yes.
but also just to get a 2-point lead going to 7, which gives him a little bit more wiggle room to work too.
Yeah.
Oh, started off with a nice draw around the guard for Ethan Drysdale.
Yeah, well, we got a minute. I mean, a little bit of an update. We got Team Tim, a 5-1 lead over Team Manners. We have Team Sinette, 3-1 over Jamie Cooey and his gang. Roman Chuck has got a 3-2 lead over Team Dunbar. And in our game, obviously it's 2-1 Jacques. And we have Team Vavrik, a 3-1 lead over Team Runciman. You're up to date.
We're up to date. And you want to get up to date on the women's field and how their first draw went, drop over in curling zone to have a look at the line scores. They'll all be there, and they'll be there all weekend long as well. So pretty good shot there.
Yep. Now we get to watch Jordan Tardy.
Yeah. So far, Jordan, I don't remember the last one he missed. I don't know if he's missed any, but he's been playing a very good game from what I've seen.
Yes.
Nice solid slide. Pretty big guy, Jordan. If he's top,
yes.
I mean, this Tyler's not a very big guy. His brother. This one's out there quite a ways, and will need to come if it's going to get over there.
Yeah, not quite.
No, we kind of jinxed him a little bit there. That was.
I'm gonna say you and your jinxes.
Yeah, me. Sorry, I said we. I shared the credit for that. So, some things you probably don't deserve to share the credit for. That was one of them. It was. Yeah, that's unfortunate because not only he just hit it totally on the wrong side and made it better and everything else. So.
Yeah.
Have to get a 0 on that one, Jordan, but lots of time.
That's right.
So Andre Fagnan. Looking to play the intern draw. He'll still a shot rock, I think, in there, so we'll just see where he goes.
Yeah. This is hanging too.
Well,
oh, gee.
Yeah. I don't think that one helps him too much for sure. He would have hoped to just maybe get a little tap on his own just to move it up at least for shot rock.
Well, I mean, even if he comes off the yellow one there in the 8-foot, just rolls over on the.
Yeah.
So Jordan's got a chance to redeem himself. T-line weight. Oh, now he's changed it a little bit, but
there was a lot of tapping to follow, but basically an intern draw. A little wobble.
A little wobble there.
Not 100% sure what he's going to try to accomplish with this one. I just sitting kind of on the corner of the red, I think. Or maybe not quite that deep. Well, he's going to be that deep anyway, so that's going to be fine. Keeps the angle, right? I think that works out pretty good, Terry, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm assuming that yellow is shot rock, although with this many rocks to still come, it's almost irrelevant.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know if we have a zoom shot of that or not, but if we do, Jaiden might be able to pull it up. But if not, we can pretty well guess that it's currently yellow, but can also pretty well be sure it's going to change here before the end of the end. So
Yeah, if I'm Kozaks, I might be thinking that double yellow in
yeah,
the 8 foot,
yeah,
pinching that yellow that's wedged between the two reds out the side there.
yeah. Probably be sitting 2 after you're finished if you make that. So Andre Fagnan now playing the what we think is a double takeout with the 2 yellows, the outside yellow and the shot rock yellow. It's got to curl a little bit more yet.
Oh yeah, a whole bunch more.
Not quite going to do it.
Now, if you're Ryan, do you not make the double and release that red one on the back, or do you need that red one on the back a little bit longer?
Yeah, I don't know how much of a hurry I get here yet to play that.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that is sometimes the problem. You get in a bit of a hurry, you don't think you're gonna have a second shot at it.
Yeah, if you make the double on the 2 reds that are on the right hand side, though, that's probably okay. It's just you're gonna have the 3 yellows there and see how he goes here. This looks okay. It's
I
gonna
think he's
go
got
ahead.
it.
Got it. Good shot. That had some weight on it.
Yeah, did it ever.
Yeah. So great shot by Ryan Parent. We'll see it again. Perrant. We'll see it again. He's down there low. Comes out. Lets it go pretty good, obviously, and they held it there without any great trouble.
Yeah.
Good player, this Ryan Parent. Perrant. Can't look at that and come up with that, but
En français?
yeah, I know. I want to go there, but I can't make myself do that. So I feel like it shouldn't be that way in Alberta. So
and maybe it isn't.
No, I know. Anyway, so we've got Braden Darachuk now throwing. It'll be some kind of a hit. Certainly looking to get rid of 1 or 2 yellows.
Yeah, I think the key to that is it opens that up for Ryan.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
how do you
interesting.
do? Like that red one that was just thrown is now 3rd shot.
Yeah.
Now, if Ryan's team can ever, this is where I would be really inclined to throw it a little bit quieter than that last one of. But yeah, if you can ever, kind of get a soft roll over onto the grouping there, I mean, you could put Team Kozak in a bunch of trouble here.
Yeah, I think that's
Late in
definitely
the
the plan. Yeah, I think it might be just a little bit too flat just to make it with softer weight, but just because if you don't quite get all the way over there, you're gonna maybe set up the double on the yellows. But regardless, you gotta play something here, and it's sort of, I think it's going to be a soft weight shot anyways. Just get as wouldn't be a bad shot just to sit right on top of it, to be honest. Guys are working hard on this.
Yeah, it's on
I think he's not going to get by now.
Ugh. Big opportunity maybe missed there because not only do you exit the rings, but that shot is in the one he just touched is in the 12 foot and really out of the way.
Yeah.
Very quickly, that can be a lonely yellow one here.
Well, I was just going to say the same thing. I was just thinking pretty soon you're going to see a lot of red ones here. Even if he doesn't make a double here, which I don't think he can make a double here because it's going to jam. But if just hit this right on the nose, get rid of the back yellow and stay right there would be a pretty good shot, I think.
I would think so too with hammer,
Yeah.
You're going to force Jacques to, make a decision. Am I all in on guards for my last 2, or, am I going to try and, make a curling shot here?
So Darachuk delivering this one. This looks good.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Perfect. So as you say, a lonely yellow rock there. I don't think you want to roll out that way.
Yeah, that's a lonely yellow rock.
Yeah. So if you hit this right on the nose, stay right there. I don't know that there's a double on the yellows because
No,
that one's going to jam, but there might be.
I don't think there would be, but I think then Kozak plays the bump on the one that's in the 8-foot there.
Yeah.
I kind of like the draw here, but
You always like the draw, Terry.
well, that's
Nothing wrong with that, but you do. You do. That's good. You got to have that. That just tells you a person that you got a lot of confidence. You got to have that confidence. So play this game.
well, yeah, and that is the whole part of it. I mean,
Yeah.
certainly when you don't have confidence in draw weight, I mean, you do skip around it. So
Oh, I know it can be a long lot of work trying to figure out how to play the game without having to ever draw.
yeah,
So Ryan Jacques now with his first one here in the 6th. In some trouble. Does have second shot rock, but he needs to have another one in play or in some form or fashion. So we'll see where this one goes. Already getting on it early. I think he's okay for line. I think that's pretty good. I don't know if there was a really good spot for that one, so I think that's not too bad.
geez, I mean, it depends what turn you play, but here, if you play the in-turn on that red rock that he just tapped,
Yeah.
and you can just roll to the center, almost line your shooter up with the yellow rock. You put a lot of scare into Team Jake's.
Yeah, would do that for sure.
Should be back to one lonely yellow again.
I think they should be a little scared already. So
yeah.
Even though they're sitting 2 now. Make sure you have the right plan on this one, whatever that is, because it's it's a big end, and you have an opportunity maybe to score multiple points, which nobody's been able to do so far.
That's right. That's right. And I think you do have to hit it. Oh, they're playing the intern, so I think you're going to have to hit it on the low side to ensure that you don't take the red that's locked on the yellow one with you.
Right. Yeah. You're looking at almost a nose hit, just a little low side of the nose. Yeah. So you leave the other yellow where it is.
Yeah.
And be sitting whatever that would be, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, or something like that.
Yeah.
This one looks pretty good as well. It needs to curl.
Got a curl.
On the other side. Well.
Yeah, he did his job.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. Ryan trying to figure out how he can not give up a bucket load here.
Yeah, if you're playing that one, Ryan, I think you're looking at giving up at least 2.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of like the draw on his first one.
Yeah.
Because this was always going to be the case. I mean.
So he's looking at a couple of options. That definitely seems to be the one, hitting number 3, I guess.
3, yeah.
And just maybe sitting there. If you could hit number 3 and roll a little bit towards the other red one, might make it the next shot a tiny little bit more challenging.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's you can't really afford to go too crazy here and go for something that might not be there, because you're going to be giving up a lot of the points.
Yeah, but he should be able. I mean, if he's looking at playing the third shot, I mean, he can roll. Probably I'm gonna say a foot, but maybe not that much. But I think he could probably roll a foot on either side. And it's if he happens to roll it towards the center, it's not an easy deuce. I mean, he's gonna have to hit the yellow rock and find a way to keep his shooter almost right there. So,
would you ever just come down and if I don't know if it's a freeze call or a slight tap call, but on the actual what number is that? Second shot, yellow shot or red shot? I can't see.
I think red is shot. Oh, so, no, yellow is shot, I think. Okay. Yellow is shot. Yeah.
So would you ever come down and sit more on the number 2 shot rock? Yeah. You might still run a risk of giving up a couple, but I'm trying to avoid giving up more than 2 here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to this, the shot he's calling here, like with the broom, but like almost like nosing it. I mean, he's looking at some crazy, angle over top of it, and I'm going, no. It's not even worth.
No, he's definitely going after that. By the way,
I think. It scares me, but he's the thrower, not me.
Well, and I think he's putting a lot of faith on that rock being the catcher there at the top of the 12-foot too, because if he goes after this and he hits it a little bit too thin or something.
Yep.
He could end up. They could be drawing for 5 here in a minute.
Yeah, honestly, this is. I have a buddy that I used to play with quite a bit, and he'd lie down in front of the hack about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not throwing this because I'm not sweeping it.
Yeah. Ryan Jacques with a big shot here in the 6th.
Well, the sweepers are kind of just. Oh my God, he is playing it too.
Well,
the outcome is all that matters.
Yeah, and he might have been. You know what? Didn't seem to be kind of trying to hold that. So maybe that's what he had in mind was more that shot than what I was thinking, where he was trying to make the. Although having said that, the third definitely went out and swept, the starter path.
Yeah.
So anyway, they had it lined up decently enough that he knew he wasn't going to give up any more than a deuce, I guess. So, and he hasn't given that up yet either. This is not, you got to be a little careful with this shot if you're Kozak.
Yeah, well, and that's why I like playing the shot that he did play. I mean, I was just looking to get the result that he got in a different fashion, but I mean this is not a gimme, deuce by any stretch of the imagination.
So it's on its way. Warren Kozak looking to make a delicate tap back for 2 here in the 6th. This is close, but it's also getting close to the red one.
Yeah, they're going really hard.
And he will not get by, and it could be a steal of 2 by the time it's done. No, looks like it's just a 1, but a steal for 1 for Ryan Jacques. Tough little shot for Warren Kozak, but he did have an opportunity there. So Jacques gets back the point he lost the last end, and now has a 3-1 lead heading to the 7th end here at the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series team event number 2, brought to you on Curling Stadium Beaumont.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
We're back here in the 7th end. Only 2 to go, Terry. We got 3-1 lead for Ryan Jacques. Jim Nix with Terry Corbin. Bringing you this one, opening round action in the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series team event here in Beaumont. Brought to you on Curling Stadium Beaumont. Just one final reminder that you can watch all the curling scores. You can watch the event on Curling Stadium Beaumont on YouTube, and you can also follow along in Curling Zone for both the men's and ladies events scoring, and you won't miss any of the action for any of you that are interested in watching some good curling and enjoying the weekend doing this with us in between watching that other curling event there in Newfoundland. So yeah, Warren Kozak had a pretty good run of ends there. Just that one there was just a little bit too tough to maneuver, I guess, Terry. It wasn't easy. It wasn't as easy as we kind of made it sound maybe earlier on.
Yeah, no, I mean, he had, very limited room to roll there, and especially if he was hoping to, score his deuce. And unfortunately for him, I don't know whether he threw it light or threw it tight or just didn't have the right ice. I have no idea, but the end result was a steal of 1 for Team Jacques.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess the other side of the coin is, if you're Team Kozak, you're playing 7, and you know that the opportunity was there for a multiple score, and you got to just stick with it, and hopefully you can have this opportunity arise again.
Absolutely. So just on lead stones here, we're just on the Kozak leads second stone. Clinton Percy to lead for Team Kozak. Mentioned before, Kozak out of Calgary. And Ryan Jacques is out of Edmonton. Ryan told us the other day he lives only just 3 minutes away from the Sauble Center there.
That's right, yeah.
Big new building, so I figure that means he probably lives at the end of the facility, so I'm not sure. Anyway, so Kozak threw up a corner. Not going to use it yet. He's going to come down to these ones in the front. I'm not quite sure where that was supposed to go. I assume that was probably a freeze of the one that was in the house, but...
Actually, I saw him call hack weight.
Did he?
They were going to try and hit half a stone and I think roll the shooter underneath the corner guard.
Okay, well, seriously underthrown if that's the case, so.
Yeah. I mean, and again, if that's what you're trying, I mean, why not just go around the corner guard?
Yeah, that would seem like a easier way to do it. Some people get a little afraid that somehow they got to figure out how to move more rocks later, and that's true, but you're down 3-1.
Exactly, it is true.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, those are hard shots, at the best of times. The one that was called, and I think the idea really should be rocks in play. Ryan,
yeah, for the first 3 or 4 shots at least, then you got to then after that figure out how to get rid of rocks. So Ryan Jacques now throwing a little tap on the yellow. tap and roll. I don't know if that's exactly what they're playing, but that's not bad. It's also not bad for Kozak if he chooses to do so. He could just sit one right in the pocket of those yellows and be in a pretty good spot. He's going to run the red.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not playing many hits right now, I don't think, but...
No. Andre Fagnan now will be asked to play the Rays, kind of a run back, but I don't expect it to be a huge weight. Just kind of normalish weight, whatever that might be. Whoa, just about had a wipeout. This one's going to over curl. Not going to get anything, I don't think.
Yeah, it's just such a wasted shot when you're down 3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And I think this is a really good call by Jake. So, you know, like, let's get rid of the corner guard. And
Yeah. Even if they don't want to use it. So,
yeah.
yeah.
We're going to get rid of the rock that you don't want to use. Jordan looks like he's pretty good thrower on this team, and
yeah, that's really nice slide. I like it.
Gonna have to curl a whole bunch.
Not
Of course,
gonna get
now I
any-
just need him.
Yeah. So we're both going to lose our jobs. Yeah, I don't know. It you know, he looked like he set up pretty good, but it sure didn't curl at all. So maybe just need to be a little bit tighter for ice. But we'll see. Warren Kozak still wants to hit everything. I don't know. It's just
Yeah, I don't get this
yeah,
at all.
it's just tough to make this hit and then roll behind the corner. It's on its way. Got to curl a lot. It's not going to stay, I don't think. The 2 rocks in a row just kind of got nothing out of.
Yeah, if I'm Team Jake's, I'm going thank you.
Yeah. So I'm going to turn this peel over to Ryan Perrant now and see if he can make it. It does look like Ryan's got a little bit less ice on this one. A very solid team, the Jake's team. Just have the odd moment like everybody, but this one's got to go. Here it goes. Going to get it. Might get them both, and he will. It's a great shot.
Yeah, great shot. All of a sudden, yeah, you're working with nothing again. Like,
yeah. See the replay here. He just had a little wobble at the start, but got it back online and just catches just enough of this one. Well, probably an inch of that one. So it takes the red. It almost takes another yellow out. But cleaned it up pretty nicely for the Jake squad.
yep.
And I think Kozak now is going to somehow try to blank this. Or not somehow, but try to blank it. And this looks like this is in double territory, and I think he's got it, and he does. Nice throw. And he hangs around. So, yeah, once all those guards are gone, all the other rocks are gone, it's Warren decided he had to try to make the blank, and Braden made a nice double to help make that possible. If he doesn't make that double, he's probably never getting the blank.
Yeah, it's, you know, I mean, I'm not going to say that, you know, he probably thinks he's better off trying to score 3 and 8, but, you know, I think, you know, ultimately you take your chances when you get them, and, you know, I would have expected a lot of rocks in play.
Yeah, and started like he was thinking that direction. You know, he calls a corner, and but then played it kind of that freeze sort of shot around the guards, which wasn't bad. And then all of a sudden, he decided to hit for a few shots. So
yeah. Sometimes you just got nothing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and once you did get past that, then there's a lot of teams that would opt to be down 2 with versus taking a chance and having to take one or something like that. So down 3 is no fun, but they're down 2, I guess, right now. That's if you can get through this with a blank, then you're only down a couple. All right, he's coming back. Looks like these teams, looks like the women's and men's, because they have 12 teams, they're using 6 sheets, so it looks like they just basically alternate draws. And we played once today, these guys play once, and they'll all play twice tomorrow, and that'll put somebody in the playoffs. Put 6 of them in the playoffs, half of them, I guess. Ryan Jacques, a little hit and stick back here at the back of the 8-foot. This looks fine. May not stay, and it will stay right there. So we'll do this a couple more times, and then Kozak will decide if he's, or not decide, but try to blank this end and move the 8th down a couple.
Yeah.
It's the intern hit for Warren Kozak. This one looks fine. It is interesting, Terry, how you talk about how he doesn't actually come back at all. He just kind of from right there. And the other part of it that's interesting is sort of like you don't sort of see it start. You know what I mean? It's kind of like he's spinning the block, turning around, and then now he's gone. It's kind of like you expect there to be a pause, like on the backswing of a golf swing or something. It's like it to be a stop and then go. And it's like he doesn't necessarily have that stop and go. It's kind of more like, well, when I feel it, I'm going. So he throws a pretty good rock, though.
Yep.
So Ryan Jacques, same plan for Ryan. He'll just try to hit and stay here, and maybe get a little break and have Warren Kozak hit and stay on his last one, and give Jacques back hammer coming home.
Yeah, I always thought, like Cheryl Bernard, like she didn't bring her foot, back. It always stayed in front of the hack, but there was a little bounce kind of to her thing. So like I know what you're saying. You saw it. There was movement, and this it's just this guy just like, yep, I'm gone.
Yeah. Like if he was a pitcher, he'd be called for a balk on that every time. You got no pause. You got to pause.
Yeah.
Good job for Ryan. Nice nose hit there, and he's left that one in a pretty good spot to force Kozak to make a good run at the blank. Yeah, Colleen Jones does that too. When she kind of changed her whole delivery and went to the crutch and whatever, and then she sort of and she's certainly in great shape, and I don't think it's necessarily a physical thing that made her do that, but she really doesn't take a backswing at all. It's just kind of hits up and go. So Warren Kozak now definitely wants to roll away on this. You definitely don't want to get one here. A little tiny bit tight, maybe. And he's going to be close to staying around.
Yep.
And he will.
Real close.
Yeah. So tough luck for Warren Kozak there, and he will only pick up a single, and we'll trail 3-2 as we go to end number 8 here at the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series, Event 2. We'll be back after the break.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Join us this March for the House of Hearts Charity Bonspiel in Duluth, Minnesota. Help raise funds for Project Joy, who provides meals for hungry kids in our community. Every donation helps to ensure no child goes hungry. Join us and make a difference. Together, we can spread joy.
So we're back for the end number 8. Maybe the final end, maybe not. We don't know yet, but we're back at the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series Team Event 2. Jim Nixon, Terry Corbin with the call in this one. Ryan Jacques with a 3-2 lead over Warren Kozak, and has hammer as a result of Kozak hitting and staying in the 7th end. Not by choice, but unfortunately it happened, and Ryan Jacques will go in the rings. I don't know where the first 2 rocks ended up, or how they're not there anymore, but no, just the first rock. I guess it's Kozak will have to go with a guard here. I assume he must have either hogged or thrown his first one through, because we don't see it in play there anywhere. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So that coupled with this one, if he gets to the center line, would be 2 pretty nice guards.
Yeah.
A smidge heavy, but not bad. Pretty good effort for Quentin Piercy on those 2.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have liked that to stop a foot shorter, but that's a pretty high guard, and they can still, I believe they got access to it.
Yeah. Ethan Drysdale now with his second here in the 8th. Looking to hit the one on the top of the 12-foot.
We got raising on the ring.
Gonna get a piece, just don't know how much.
Yeah. Not enough to remove it from the rings.
No. Get it out of the way, so. So Andre Fegnan will now try to put the guard back and put it up a little bit higher than that. So it gets to be a little bit tougher to remove. Sweeper's not doing much with this. This could be a little heavy. Oh, coming out.
Yeah, it's, I think it's pretty good for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna mention this earlier, but then we got watching the shot. But you know, if I was gonna give any advice to Ethan, the lead there in the team, I'd like to see his routine change a little, like actually get up and stand straight up. I think he gets his hips in, lined outside the line of delivery, and I've noticed it now the last 2 ends, and or sorry, on his out turn.
Right.
On that side of the sheet. So I think it's an easy correct, but
Yeah. So Fagnan now will try to throw another guard up. See Warren Kozak. This one's a tad deep, but definitely could make the double. Double a couple ways, but if you make it so the shooter wants to go away, you do run probably a little bit of risk of putting it on the yellow in the house. But
yeah. But the end result is you cannot leave that out front. I mean,
no.
Those rocks are right now helping Team Kozak, and they need to be removed.
Yeah.
And I don't think you worry too much about, so taking one of your own out at the stage of the end.
No, I agree. With everybody feeling real comfortable on this one, there's a little bit more conversation happening just to try to figure this out. Ryan calls these shots from the tee line, and not everybody likes that on a hit. So Jordan Tardy with the out turn, hopefully double peel for him.
Close.
We'll get it. There's the yellow one over there, but that's not a...
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's the end of the world at the stage of the game.
So up goes the guard one more time. It'll go up actually more than one more time. I'm sure that both third stones will probably be guards, and then the skipper will have to try to figure out how he's going to generate his steal if the guards aren't there anymore. Needs to curl a little bit more. You'd like to get a little closer to the center than that, I think. That'll work. Reminder to our viewers as well, if you are enjoying the broadcast or you like to watch curling in Curling Stadium, please be sure to like us and subscribe on the site. It's always beneficial for us, and we'll keep you up to date on all the curling around the world, really. Ryan Perron, throwing the peel on the guard that was just thrown. It's really thin. He might take the red off the back of the house, back of the tee line. Nope.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think if I'm Team Kozak, I'm having a little team meeting because, just hit, replace. It's not working. I think it's, time to either change the positioning of the guard that you're going to call out front, or, potentially think about tapping that, or freezing to that yellow, or maybe even tapping it back a little, but this just doesn't seem to be
the button, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a big proponent of moving guards around anyway. I never really...
Yeah.
I don't know how well it works, but I just never always believed it made more sense than throwing the same one in the same spot every time. So
yeah.
Kind of trying to guard. It's almost like here he's trying to guard the red one. I think that's not the important part. If you throw that guard on the other side of the center line, even if you ever thought Ryan was going to hit the red one, that's going to be helpful for you because the yellow would be open, so there'd be a couple of options there. But so Ryan Perron now going to peel that again. This one's going to have to curl, I think.
Got a piece. Yep. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna see this one again. Good throw. Just looked at maybe like he was a sliver outside to me, but he got just enough curl to get an edge of that, get about a half an inch of it, and then take the one off the tee line. Not a big deal, but sometimes it comes into play a little later on when you're up one, and all of a sudden they're sitting two because that one stayed there. But anyway, might as well be gone. Better for Ryan Jacques that it's gone than there.
Yeah, I mean, certainly Ryan isn't interested in having rocks in play.
Yeah. It looks to me like they're going back with the guard again here, Terry, if I'm not mistaken, just by where they're standing.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, and sometimes, all you got to do, I mean, you don't have many options, so you end up hoping to, sit two, make the other guy think about, am I going to play a hit? Am I going to play a draw? Then there's always, a nice word, you say something out loud, like, geez, that one side's getting a little slow, and make sure people hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I have never done that in my life.
Yeah, no, yeah, right.
I actually have never thought of that, to be honest. I should have thought of that. 50 some years of curling, and I never thought of that. Jeez. Not on purpose, anyway. I might have done it, but it wasn't because I thought about it. Right, Jake's having a look here, trying to decide if he really wants to peel that guard or wants to maybe make a play the yellow on red or something in the house. I think you're going to peel the guard at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, Kozak comes down and, ideally hits the yellow, rolls, maybe a teeny bit to the left-hand side, just on the other side of the center line, and turns the house over to Jacques and say, like, your shot, you playing the hit, you playing the draw.
Yeah.
I mean, just in terms of time management, I mean, I got to give both teams credit. There hasn't been a lot of, discussions every shot, that type of thing. I mean, this game's moved along pretty good.
Yeah, it's had pretty good pace for sure. So he's going to play a straight hit on this. Ideally, stay right there. Maybe Terry, would that be best bet? Probably.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to, kind of roll it, 2-3 inches, but
he's gonna roll a little bit, but he might roll a little bit more than that.
Yeah, because now I think Ryan just plays the hit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, good thinking though. If he had rolled at another, just a rock less, it would have been a interesting decision for Ryan. I guess probably being up one, he probably would have played a hit. With
I think so.
Yeah. Versus just drawing against the win, against the loss.
Yeah.
So Ryan Jacques going to play the out turn. Says they, you know, you don't play an open hit to kind of wick off anything or anything like that, but if he ever throws us a tiny little bit tight, he probably gets away with it anyway. You just can't throw it outside at all. Like a pretty nice release.
Yeah, it's you know, he played this the right way, quiet. Or I think it's the right way to play it.
Yeah. See, coming in, gonna touch the top one, maybe. Nope. Very nicely done. A great looking throw for Ryan Jacques here under pressure in a really tight game. So, Terry, not a bad game after all. It turned into a pretty good game for the last bunch of ends.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking after 4 ends, you know, when Ryan, you know, kind of missed that open hit for 2. Like, that was kind of a big opportunity to grab a 2-point lead because nobody was, you know, kind of grabbing the 2. And then, you know, he gets the steal the very next end. So, you know, as it turned out, you know, Kozak also has an opportunity to get his deuce. He only gets 1, and yeah, it's tough to win games, you know, when you're not scoring those deuces. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, I thought, you know, overall, well curled game. As I mentioned to you, like I thought the game had pace to it. Like it didn't feel like it, you know, was a long drawn out affair.
No. And that will, actually. Thanks, Terry. That will conclude our coverage for tonight from the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series here at Curling Stadium Beaumont at the Beaumont Curling Club. And, you know, reminder to you all that you can watch all the games in both the men's and women's division at Curling Stadium. You'll see coverage of every game, most of them, or some of them with commentary and all of them with visual. And thanks to our sponsors, particularly Hack2House and Tim's Ice Making Manufacturing. And thanks to Jaiden Bishop on production. For Terry Corbin and myself, we will see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.